Good morning, everyone. I got some good news that I wanted to share. On Friday, right before Memorial Day weekend kicked off, I had a delivery and it came a little sooner than I was thinking, but really happy it came. But Atlas Coffee Club, after speaking with them about trying their what was it again? I don't even remember. Their Vietnamese coffee and not having a good time, they sent over this guy here. So their Guatemalan coffee. So here's their little like postcard they send with each of the bags that I've experienced so far, with a little like information excerpt there. And then on this card is more about the coffee itself. So the it's a Guatemalan coffee. I'm assuming that's Santa Rosa. Subregion is Jalapa, processed washed coffee. So we're going to try a wash today. Grown between 1500 to 1700 meters, which is nice. And here are the tasting notes: pear, raisin, and almond. So excited to try it. I feel like the tasting notes were pretty similar to um, the Vietnamese one we had. I don't have the tasting note card anymore, so I can't directly compare. But let's give it a try. We're gonna brew it up in the Breville and the Chemex as well. So I am going to get you guys hooked up on a tripod and we're gonna get to brewing. So let's do this. Let me get this water filled up. Have the kettle on, filled up, and it's turned on the stove. Let's get the Chemex prepped. So let's get the filter folded up. I hope everyone had a nice Memorial Day weekend. I was actually down in Richmond, Virginia for Memorial Day weekend. I was helping my buddies build their greenhouse. Pretty much had to just place the poles in the ground and then throw up the trellises. I think that's what they're called, to secure the poles together to create like the skeleton to the greenhouse. And we crushed that, killed that. We had a we had a bunch of us just flying through that, so that was awesome. Getting all together to help them out with that, and then we celebrated with some food. Uh, Good people, and jammed out at the end with a little private uh, a private show, like a music show, a music set. So that was cool. Uh, but yeah, no, great time down there. I always love going down to Richmond to see my friends and hang out. And now I'm actually going to be running out to get a haircut after this and driving out west, like towards West PA, for this like market manager convention, which is like my new gig. I'm like a a Main Street manager convention, or like a meeting for Main Street managers in the Pennsylvania district. That's what my new role is as a Main Street manager. So I'm kind of being introduced to it through this like 2 day get together. So driving out to there after work today. I have a meeting in the city and then driving out. And I'm losing train of thought here. Let's get the scale turned on. The bag is nice. This looks like an older bag though. That thing must have been laying down on something for a bit. But let's rip this open. I'm not going to be too quick to judge anything with these. I'm going to take it step by step. All right, Atlas? It's interesting because it is a medium roast. It's supposed to be like a medium roast profile, according to the paper. But some of these beans, just like the Vietnamese, have oil, like speckles of oil on the surface of the bean. And that was potentially an indicator for the last bean, for the last coffee we had, that it was an older roast. And or it could have also determined that it was like becoming a darker roast, or it could have been over roasted. So, so I don't know. I don't know what to expect. I really don't. I don't want to judge right away. Like I said, I think we're gonna just take it step by step, and just hope that this is a better roasted coffee this time around. So we're gonna put this, because we want to assume this was a fresh roasted coffee, even though we do not have an indicator as to when it was roasted. We're gonna go put the Baratza on 19. We'll keep it on the 19 grind setting, and I'm gonna lower the volume here. And I'm gonna put it to 6. I'm just gonna mimic the other one in hopes that it's gonna be using a similar prep or grind. It smells like it's gonna be a toasty roast. All right, that's prepped. Let's now get the espresso prepped. But the kettle's pretty much done, so I'm going to bring you guys in a little closer in a sec. But I want to just get the espresso weighed out at least. The beans weighed out for the espresso. Yep. All right, kettle's good. We're at 19 grams. Let's put this to the side. That's good to go. Let me get you guys closer. All right, we're gonna try this angle. I hope this works. It looks legit. Let me see. Just winging it. Not really. Hold on. I think I can make this. I think I can make it work. Go like this. Yeah. Maybe that's how it's gotta be. All right, so this is hot. Let's get the filter and the Chemex pot soaked in some water. Okay. So you guys will not be able to see the time or the weight on the scale. So I'm going to kind of talk you through it as we go. Let's get this poured in. All right, Atlas Coffee, please don't fail me. I know you guys produce good roaster coffee. I've had it in the past. I just know. I know you guys do it. So please, let's go 1 for 2. All right, we're gonna go for a bloom. All right, we're at 52.6 grams, and we're blooming, as you can see. Oh, this actually looks good. Maybe this is going to be the angle. Let me see if I go like this. Yeah, there we go. Sorry, guys. Hold on. Hold on, guys. There we go. All right, we're at 35 seconds. Let's get 100 grams poured in. Okay, 151. I'm really hoping this comes out much better. I really, really am. In the meantime, I'm gonna put the beans for the espresso in the grinder. Let that drip through. We are currently at 1 minute 16 seconds. We have that prepped. Got I have my handy dandy paper towels. Okay. All right, let's go for the last 100. Oop. You know what? I don't even know what we're at. Oh, we did 120. That's fine. That's fine. We'll let that go. All right. Let's get out a coffee mug. We will use this guy. Go back to our handy dandy green coffee mug. All right, we're at 2 minutes, 26 seconds. And we still have some to go. So we're going to definitely hit, in my opinion, we're going to hit about 3 minutes. Maybe on the dot. But it's dripping nice and slow. I think that's good. $2.46. All right, so we'll be just shy of 3 minutes. Cool. All right, let's put this off to the side. Let that sit a little bit. Let's prep the coffee. So the grinds are already in here. We're gonna set it to 6. So in my opinion, just going off of coffee information, or this specific bean's coffee information, and then comparing it to the Vietnamese, I believe that this bean, because it was grown at a higher altitude range, that this will be naturally denser than the Vietnamese, because I believe the Vietnamese coffee was between 800 and 1200 meters, right, grown above sea level. And this one, just to repeat it, I think was 1500 to 1700 meters, which is getting closer to that higher altitude range that coffee grows in. So like I think I've seen as high as 2200 meters, so it's not near the top of the MASL scale, but it's up there. 1500 to 1700 is pretty high. So with that, we should be seeing a little bit more flavor complexity naturally within the bean, unless this wasn't roasted well, because again, like when you roast darker, you are technically creating a more complex tasting note, but once you get closer to that dark roast and further on, you're beginning to burn away all of the natural tasting notes that bean developed through pyrolysis, I think it's called. And that's when you, again, like I know I've said this a couple times, but that's when you'll get your chocolate notes, your caramel notes, your smoky notes, ashy notes. That's common within a lot of dark roasts. Or more common. It's not common across the whole board, but for the most part, there are similarities. Okay. Beautiful. Looks good. Looks good. So I was just thinking about this last night before bed. I'm not gonna have espresso or pour over for the next couple days. Oops, sorry. Unless there's a decent coffee shop nearby, which I'll definitely abuse. My privileges are going. All right. Let's run some water, and then we'll get you guys up close for the shot. So I'm really hoping, I'm really hoping that this is a medium roasted coffee. Sadly, I got a scent in there that did not seem too promising, but I do not want to assume either until I'm actually tasting it. So let's get you guys close up. All right, we have the auto drip timer on, the auto water sensor timer or something like that. Oh, yes, let's do that. Atlas Coffee Club in the corner. Let's do this. All right, I'll read off the time in. Okay, we could work with that. It's not picking up the weight yet. There you go. Now it's picking up. So the timer just started, so it's off a little bit, but that's okay. 13 grams. We are now at 20 grams and 13 seconds, but we're probably at like 20 seconds. So we're at 30 grams. So we're getting close to that 30-ish second result time. So we're at 36.5. Okay. 36.5, 36.6 at 27 seconds. It's probably about 35 seconds. As you can see, it has a nice head of crema, which tells me that this probably was roasted recently. The negative to what I'm seeing right now is if you look at this crema, it has darker tones, like color in there. That to me resembles a darker roasted coffee. I just had the microphone receiver drop off. But this again is not a medium roasted coffee. It smells dark. But it's just weird because the beans aren't dark in color. So I really want to know what their roast profile is because for the roaster, like this is crazy. Same thing. It's very similar to the Vietnamese. It's kind of like it's a letdown. I mean, if I had to try to pick out any of these tasting notes, you don't get any of them. It's really just like it's just it tastes like an espresso roast. And not just an espresso because I pulled it out of the Breville. Like it tasted like this was roasted dark. So it's not cool. Let's get this all set up. Just give me one sec. All right, I'm gonna pour in the Chemex brewed coffee. I don't know. I think they're, excuse me. It really is upsetting. I don't believe that these are a true medium roasted bean. Like I think the Vietnamese and the Guatemalan bean were over roasted. They taste burnt. I mean, this smells like this just tastes like diner coffee. It's like a shame. Damn, I have nothing like I have nothing great to say about it, about either of these two, especially the Guatemalan because I'm trying it right now. But I don't taste pear, I don't taste raisins, and I don't taste almonds. I literally taste like it's like an ashy, dark roasted coffee. But when you look at the I know I keep reverting back to like the appearance of the bean, but it's not like a dark roasted color. Like it's a medium color. So it makes me wonder what they're doing with their roaster. Are they just blasting it with heat in the beginning and overcharging it? As in like creating so much pressure in the bean to withstand the, what do you call it? Whatever phase it is. The Maillard phase, where all the chemical compound or the chemical reactions start happening within the bean to create the flavor complexities that we taste and experience. Like, are they blasting it with too much heat in the beginning and then just kind of like killing off the chemical compounds like too quickly? Like, I don't know. I really don't know. And again, like I've had good coffee from Atlas when I went down to Richmond to hang out with my buddies. I've had multiple bags of their coffee and they were good. But you know, the fact that I'm 0 for 2 on this annual subscription, it's just like, is this going to keep happening? You know, like I don't want to keep, I don't want to have to fish for that good one when I'm putting these videos out. Like I want it to be good, but there's no, like this is a miss for sure. But that's just how it is sometimes. We're not gonna always get perfect coffee. That's gonna be it for this. I leave. I leave tomorrow. I leave today for my trip. So I will have this uploaded in time. I am getting my other bag or set from Native Coffee, which is the Diego Bermudez roastery. The Native, I think it's called. It's his beans only for this coffee company or this coffee roaster. Sorry, this coffee roastery is set up, I think, by Diego Bermudez in Dallas to roast only his beans grown in Colombia. So that's, for example, that's these guys here. So that's 2 of them, and I'm getting a pre-order in. I'm getting my pre-ordered batch in tomorrow. I'll be gone, but we'll get some fun content in soon. And then in 2 weeks, after we move into our new home, or technically probably a month after we're done with some painting, I'll have roasting back on the menu for sure. I'm not doing it now. I want to, but I can't do it now. So we're gonna roast at the new spot. We're gonna get you guys tuned in there with the roasting. We'll have my new coffee station set up. I'm sure it's gonna be just the same stuff I have now, but you know, it's just different backdrop, I guess you could say. And yeah, so we'll just keep having to do some tasting reviews, which they're fun. I enjoy tasting coffee as much as I like roasting it, and we'll go from there. You know, we're gonna have a good summer together, and I'm excited to just keep getting these videos pumping for you guys. But as always, thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one.